Hi guys, this is Misty from the Book Rat, and today we're talking about cover fails. So those covers that you just really want to get a hold of and redo because there's something about it that just irritates you, or just missed the mark completely. It could be that it's just an awful cover on its own, or badly photoshopped, or too typical, or weird looking, or whatever. Or it could be that it doesn't suit the book. Whatever your reason, we all have those covers that kind of make us not want to read the book, even though we know the old adage. So there are plenty out there for me. I definitely do judge books by their cover sometimes. I think the cover artwork is just as important because it is artwork. It should show some thought and some talent. There are a lot of really bad self-published covers, so I'm not even going to go into all that. There are a few that are mainstream and some that are even series that had great covers in the beginning and then just lost the magic somewhere along the way. So I'm going to talk about those. There are some like Passion, the third book of the Fallen series by Lauren Kate. Now, I don't actually like this series, so at some point I just stopped caring what the covers look like, but the first cover was beautiful. The second cover, also beautiful. The third cover kind of looks like some really bad teen goth art. This is a fail, folks. Then you've also got covers like all of the covers for Tamra Pierce's Becca Cooper series. Now, there are two versions of these covers, and in one, there's a full-length, fairly decent cover. I mean, the face looks a little wonky, but the cover itself, pretty okay. Then you've got the more common covers, which have these bands of color obscuring most of the picture, making it possibly the most boring covers ever. Why would they do this? These useless bands are completely robbing it of any cover interest. For a long time, I wouldn't buy this book. I finally did cave, but Son of Shadows by Julian Marillier. Just bad covers on all of these, this whole series. Daughter of the Forest, Child of the Prophecy, they're all just really bad. But this one creeps me out. It's just really stiff and wooden, and the face is weird, and you can't tell if it's a man or a woman. Just no. Just no. But the one that irritates me the most, and the one that I would definitely redo if I could, is Heartless by Gail Carriger. This pains me to say, because I actually love the series, and I loved the covers up to this point. I think Solace, the first book, definitely knocked it out of the park, and they've kind of steadily lost a little bit of the pow since then, but this one's just sad. I mean, first of all, if you just look at it, it looks completely photoshopped. I mean, it's almost like someone standing in front of a green screen and you can see that disconnect when they move of not quite matching their background. This looks so copy and pasted, the girl on top of what is actually a rather cool background. But then if you take away all of that little extra in the background that's kind of distracting you and just look at the girl herself, let's just take that away real quick. Just focus on her. We've got this girl that we know is photoshopped onto the background, but you would hope if they're going to do that, at least the girl on her own would be pretty stellar, right? I mean, you do have control over the costuming and the girl that they're using. Rather than the awesome, sort of broken, modeled Alexia of the first cover, we now have one that has a 5-head to rival Tyra Banks. Just look at that. I'm pretty sure that she is wearing a lady toupee. I think that that hair is attached to the hat, and that she's actually bald. What is that? They can't Photoshop better than that? And then if you look at her face, is it natural for your face to turn that way? I mean, that looks a little uncomfortable. It looks like they cut and pasted a face onto their cut and pasted person. This whole cover just makes me a little uncomfortable. It's just inhuman, and it's just really bad. And it's a shame because it's so close. Like, it could have been a really good cover, but they just screwed it. This cover just disappoints me, especially coming on the heels of what's actually a really great cover series. I'm sorry, design team, marketing team, I hate to call you out like that, but how did no one stop and say, wait a minute now, when did this turn into an ad for Lady Rogaine? So those are some cover fails for me, and Heartless, unfortunately, is definitely the biggest one. If you have any covers out there that really irritate you and you want to get your hands on and fix, Make sure you let me know either in the comments or by posting your own video or blog post, which you can link up at the linky on thebookrat.com. If you want to prepare for next week's book chat, we're going to be talking about series versus standalone books. So I hope you'll join me and give your thoughts. And as always, happy reading!